One, two, one. One, two, one. Speak no negativity. Hear no negativity. See no negativity. Speak no negativity. Hear no negativity. See no negativity. See no negativity. Speak no negativity. Hear no negativity. See no negativity. See no negativity. I am a guy from a place. Charm City Bipper, Quis The Vndl. Marquis is the name my mama gave me. Mr. Motion, Mr. Make It Happen, Mr. Out That Business. Hit me Turner. I am coming back with another reflection, another moment to reflect and share out some things that I believe others may benefit from. And I've watched some of these back at this point. I benefit from seeing where I was a couple weeks ago, seeing where I was in the past. That's what journals are for. And this is a video journal. This is a vlog, and is a format that other people can intake, and I feel comfortable with them partaking in it. So, as I said, and I always say, find a way to journal, find a way to document what you feel. Keep those journals tucked away because some people may be going through them, but I've joked about that as well. A person going through your journal doesn't respect you. What you got to be in my journal for? And if you feel like going into that space or going into these spaces that I'm telling you that are known to be private, are known to have a measure of secrecy, it says a lot about how you feel about me. I could understand parents having their own issues with it, but let people bring things to you in their time. Create a space that's comfortable enough for them to share. If people don't feel comfortable with sharing their feelings with you, that doesn't speak to who that individual is. It speaks to who you are to that individual. So be more conscious of how you show up around those people. The thought of the day is we are not unique in our problems. I would comfort myself when I was going through different things and knowing that I am not the only one who got bad news today. That's one of the things I used to say. Well, I am not the only one who got bad news today. Every day, someone gets some bad news. Every day, someone gets some good news. But when you get that diagnosis that you didn't want, when you're informed about something that you're going to have to live with for the rest of your life, or that you're possibly terminally ill, we get these messages, we get these moments of life altering news. There's also someone who got that as well. The day that you die, a lot of other people die on that day as well. We share birthdays, we share these different things, we share this pain. And recognizing that and acknowledging that allowed me to sit with the fact that loneliness was a choice for me. I was choosing to be lonely. I'm not going to do you. I'm not going to say shoulds. I'm just going to reflect. I chose to be lonely. I chose to isolate, right? That was my choice. So when I made that choice, I had to live with everything that came with it. And in making that choice, I cut myself off from the thing I was asking for, help. I wanted to be heard. I wanted to be seen. Those things are not possible when we isolate, when we cut everybody off. There are people that need to be cut off. Don't get that confused. There are some people that have a vested interest in your demise. They want you to be low. And some of them are not even conscious of their desire for you to be lesser than them. Some people don't even recognize it because they got that energy, right? They got that self-absorbed space where it's like, you exist on this island and that's where I need you to stay, because as long as you're there, I feel comfortable in who I am. And that doesn't work, right? So again, we are not unique in our problems. Somebody gets that message that they have cancer and somebody else does too. Somebody loses a relative, right? Your uncle could have passed away, right? Your uncle could have passed away. So that was somebody's father, or that was somebody's son. That was somebody's cousin. That is somebody's um brother, if that's your uncle, right? These different relationships run in tandem. So when we get in this space of, I lost my, you're not the only one who possessed it. I'm losing my life. I'm losing this life that I've been able to share. And excuse that word, but for the sake of example, but when we lose our life, we're losing a life that we've shared with others. This isn't an isolated experience. And you're the you're no longer the son. You're still that, but you're no longer accessible to the people that love you. So when we recognize the shared and shared experience, and we recognize how much of this belongs to the people around us as well, there's greater value for it. It's greater value for it. Loneliness, it's not a choice you have to make. It can be frustrating, and it can feel like nobody hears you, and you can feel like you're speaking to darkness, like you're just speaking to a void, and it gets heavy. I won't deny that. But as I said, it is not something that you have to go at alone. There are literal groups for just about everything that we will go through. If you have issues with alcohol, you can go to AA, right? If you have issues with drugs, you can go to drug rehabilitation centers. You can go to these spaces where people who overcome get through. If you've been abused, if you've had parents that got divorced, if you've had mental illnesses, there are literal groups dedicated to providing those resources. Is it easy to access them? Maybe not, but do the research. Take the time to look into it. We got the suicide prevention hotline. We got so many resources out here. And the worst thing that happens to us when we get these problems, we get this bad news, is why me? Why me is the death of it all. It's not you. It's not why me. Sometimes we're going through things so we can help those around us later on in our life. I believe that everything that happened to me was for my betterment. I've had mental health issues, from depression, suicidal thoughts, to anxiety, to one of the big ticket names, right? Where reality is altered. I've had mental breakdowns. I've had these different things go on, but I still get to be who I am because I have faith that those are moments. I have faith and understanding that those were moments, and those moments didn't define me overall. Those moments are fleeting. But if I chose to stay in those moments and say that's what this is, that's where I would be. So I'm giving you that to say, power through and find the people that I love, for individuals going through what you're going through. And don't be so naive to think that it's just the folks around you. Mama don't always know. And sometimes mama and pops, they went through the same thing that you going through, and they didn't deal with it properly. That's the heavy part. Sometimes you'd like, oh, maybe I'll talk to my parents. You talk to your parents and you think that's where it's going to end. They might give you something to comfort you in that moment, and that be the end of the conversation. But you still left with that feeling. But that doesn't do it for me. So like, sometimes we go through stuff. You just got to work through it. Got to work through it. Work through it. Well, how do I work through it? Well, you like, you can succeed through it. Succeed. What is success if I don't love the life I'm living? What does it mean that I'm loved by everyone if I don't love myself? That's the part I sit with. I could have got all of the things that people told me I should have. Oh, I'm so proud of you in that degree you have. You're so amazing because you got this degree in such an advanced subject. I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of it that I tell everyone that I come across, my child has done this awesome thing. I'm so proud of it. I tell everyone I come across, my brother is this awesome person. But you talk to the individual and they're like, I kind of always just wanted to be a painter. I really didn't want to go get that degree, but they told me that's where the money was. So that's where I am, and I paid my bills on time. And it's like, what? Everyone's so happy, but you're not. And that is not a life to be lived. That's not a life that's being lived. You're existing. And that is heavy, right? That is not something that you wake up to and you just, I'll go become this thing. Like, you gotta undo a lot of things, but there are literal people out here that work with us to get to that point. There are therapists, there are psychologists, there are mental health advocates, there are advocacy groups for our mental health disorders. There are fitness groups for the different physical ailments. There are physical trainers. There are just so many nutritionists. There's so many awesome individuals in this world dedicated to informing us and making space for us when we're going through the many things that we go through. I'm appreciative for that knowledge. And I don't ever want to take it for granted. And I hope that you choose not to do that as well. You are not alone. Like Michael Jackson said, you are not alone. I am here with you. You are not alone. Let me stop. But seriously, it is a beautiful journey. And as I said, don't let your trials defeat you. Let your trials be a testimony. Let your these burdens of the moment make you stronger, because there will be moments harsher than the ones you're going through, and you'll go through something similar to what you're going through now, and it'll roll out your shoulder. Oh, whatever. Oh, she not texting back. Bad. Bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go do the thing I like to do, because I don't gotta worry about that. You did. I remember I used to be like, no, when's she gonna text me? I be sitting there just waiting on it, waiting like a little puppy dog. And I was like, okay, I know I'm not texting back, and it just is what it is. It just is what it is. And it's not this game of like tit for tat, or I'm better than, or whatever negative connotation you add to it. It's literally a thing of, I gotta prioritize myself and my goals and my family and people that love me and people that appreciate me. People that don't do those things don't have a priority in my life. So feel how you want to feel. But I know what it looks like to be loved. I know what it looks like to be appreciated. And I know what it looks like to be honored. And I may fall short of doing those things for others, but I find ways to make it up. I find ways to make it up, and I move with the intention of love. So, yeah. Loneliness is a choice, baby. And this is not a unique issue. Many of these problems that we face and that we will face have been solved by men and women before us, and they were had by men and women before us. Learn from the mistakes and learn from the failures of those before us. It is a weighty morning, you know. I'm getting over a cold too, so that is what it is. But as always, one day made better is many days made greater. I'm uplifting you to be in a world that cares. If I keep it to myself, I think that that's unfair. The joy I've been given is best when shared. Visionaries never die, legends survive through the seeds we sow daily. We get better with time. I'm wishing you peace, prosperity, and many, 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 many blessings. I am a guy from a place. Charm City Bipper, Quis The Vndl. Marquis is the name my mama gave me. Mr. Motion, Mr. Make It Happen, Hemi Turner, get to it. Mr. Get Down, Mr. Get Busy, love yourself, be silly, smile more, be pretty, whatever.
Take me higher, I just wanna